Hi everybody, welcome back to Pavo Plays, and I'm gonna be walking you through this Super-skill Pinball 4K. The game's not released yet here in Singapore, but there is a print and play that you can get that has two tables. The what's this? The Carnival table, which is the basic table, and a basic table, as well as the Cyberhack table. Now I've seen a lot of intros and how to play videos out there, and it mainly focus on the Cyber Carnival table, but I'm going to show you how to play using the Cyberhack table. So Super Skill Pinball 4K is, as the game says, it's a pinball like game where you're trying to score the most points while having not having your pinball drop into the gutter too many times. Split over 3 rounds. Each round you shoot the ball up and you try to keep it as in your pinball machine as long as possible before it goes down, and then you score points for those. It's a roll and write, so everybody will get a sheet like this. Someone will roll 2 dice and you start to fill in the different areas on the board. Okay, I'm going to be playing a solo game, but let me just walk you through the rules of the game. Okay, so the basic rule is one person rolls 2 dice, everybody else will pick one of the 2 numbers and activate that number on their board. Okay, where to activate the number will depend on where your ball is. So everybody starts the game with 1 ball, another ball is kept at the side in case there's a multi-ball option. Alright, so let's just dive into it and I'll show you very quickly how this works. Okay, so at the start of the round, there are 3 rounds. So at the start of the round, we just mark off 1. Then we roll 2 dice. Okay, so typically balls have to move in a downward fashion. So if your ball is on this upper area here, it has to come down here with the next roll, and then down here, and then down here. Okay, there are certain rules that will make the ball go different directions, but let's just focus on this first. Okay, so the very first thing you do is when you start the game, I'm going to move my camera closer and then we'll zoom out accordingly. Okay, so when you start the game, the ball goes up the chute from the ball eject button here to the word start. Okay, so now I roll a 5 and a 1. I need to choose one of these 2 dice to fill in these slots here. Alright, so let's say I choose the 5, I get to fill in this box here. Okay, next, that means the ball is going down this column here. So next, it will fall into the bumpers. The bumpers are a little special. Let me explain that. First, I'll roll 2 dice. Okay, I'll get to pick between the 5 and the 3. I'll choose a 3. No, I'll just choose the 5 because it's nearby. So the ball will come to here. I'll fill in the 5. Now it says every time you fill in 1 space, you get 1 point. So I'm going to go up here to my points and get 1 point. Alright, now the bumpers are a bit special. You don't have to go to a bottom section if you don't want to, but you must be able to follow the direction of the bumpers, meaning the ball is going to now bounce in between these bumpers. But where can it go? I rolled a 5, it was here. If you follow the direction of the purple arrow, it can only go to this space. The white arrows will become relevant later in the game. Okay, so I'm hoping for a 4 or 3 to keep the bumper going. Nope, I didn't get a 4 or 3, so the ball now falls down to the next slot. Okay, over here it can't go anywhere because these 2 areas, they can only be accessed by the ball bouncing off the corresponding colored flippers. Okay, so the ball goes down. I roll a 1 and a 2. Okay, I'll choose to have the ball go down this area here. So 2, fill in this 2. And this 2 gives me 2 points. So I'm going to mark 2 points off on my board. Okay, so now the ball goes into this chute here. Now, on my next roll, because it's a flipper, it will flip the ball over to any red area here. This area is also red, so the ball can also go here, but I'll explain this first. Okay, so let's say I roll. It's a 1 or a 4. I can choose either this box to fill in or this box to fill in. Okay, so 1 or 2 or a 4. So I'm going to choose the 4 and that gives me another star. So once all these 4 areas are filled in, I get to choose a bonus, which is a once per game effect. Okay, so once all these are filled, except for this one is infinity, so you can use it multiple times. You can keep on getting 3 once all these are filled in. Okay, so that's it. I rolled 4. I'm going to choose this, and then after it bounces off here, it has to go into a lower column. So let's go into a lower column again. So 2 or a 4. I'm going to choose the 4 so I can show you what the other red bumper is like. Okay. Alright, so now the ball bounces back up. Ping, and then back here. I can again choose to use the 3 if I wanted to fill in this slot here, but I won't do that. I'm assuming now I'm going to hit the ball all the way up to this cache area. So what the cache area does is actually a free fill in. So I choose, again, same thing, I choose one of these dice. So let's say example, I choose the 3, and the dice that I didn't choose goes into the cache. So in this case, a 4, and then I get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the number that I chose again fills in this alleyway here. Okay, I didn't explain the alleyway fully, so now I fill in 2. If I manage to fill in all 3 of these alleyways, I erase them all, and I get a skill shot. Means I get to circle one of these numbers. So what that means is that later on in the game, if there's a dice that I don't like, there's a die roll that I don't like that number, I can use one of my skill shot numbers to replace that dice. Okay, so now let's go. I've come down here, the bumper, oops, I had a 5 filled in previously. So the bumper's again special. Same thing as always, you fill in, you get 1 point. But once all 12 are filled in, you get to erase everything, and you get a hex. And I'll explain hex later on. 6 or 3, I'll choose the 6 this time. That gets me 1 more point. And let's hope a 3 or a 4. Yes, I got a 4. So it means it bumps to here. So I get 1 more point. Where's my ball? Oh, there we go. Ding, ding. In a single player game, it doesn't, you can easily keep track by, oh no, it didn't. So now it's going to come all the way down here. And again, there's nothing here. I fill in these 2 4s, so I have to fill in this 4. So same thing again. If I roll a die and I choose one number, I can have it fill up these 3 spaces of the hacker bonus here. And once all these 3 are filled up, I get one of these as a special once per game bonus, other than this number 2, which is an always active bonus. Okay, but I think for fun, I'm going to show you the special thing about this Cyberhack board. Roll 2 or 3. I'm going to shoot it all the way up to the special run area. The run area is a bit special. It's kind of like a side game. So what did I choose? Sorry, 2 or 3. I'm just going to choose the 2. So this whole area here. So this one's a bit special, the double-headed arrow. So I can choose to do 3, 4, or 5, 6 on my next roll. I'm going to choose the 4. Maybe this goes ding, ding. And let's hope I get a 5 or a 6 so I can show you how the run works. Okay, I got a 6. So I managed to get a run that triggers a special bonus game. So the run, when a run happens, the ball goes into a special bonus area. Ding, 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 ding. Here. Okay, so I don't have a hack. Oh, so sad. So this is the special run area. So the ball will stay here until one of 3 things happen, which I'll explain in a while. So how this run area works is you roll 2 dice. Okay, so you shade in the total of both dice in this run area here. So I got 4. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and as you can see, each completed row gives you a certain number of points. Okay, then I take the difference between these 2 and I shade in that number on the trace track. And because the difference is 0, I don't shade in anything. Okay, I can then choose to end the run early and take whatever points that I get from this track, or I can continue to run again until one of 2 other things happen. If I manage to fill in the entire run track, I get 100 points. Or if the trace tracks manages to hit this box here, then the run ends and I get 0 points. So let's just continue running. So 6 and a 3 is 9. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the difference is 3. So let's do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I will continue to run. Okay, so where do the hacks come in? As you can see, it says skip roll. So for each hack, if you want to use, you erase it and you ignore the roll that you just rolled and then roll again. So let's roll again. So very good. Doubles are good because 3 and a 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 4 and 3 is 1. So there's one spot here. 9 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 3 more here. 1, 2, 3. I'm safe if I don't hit a 4. So I think this is going to be my last row unless it's the doubles. Yeah, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 6 and 5 is 1. So I'm going to stop because I'm going to hit. If I roll a 3 and a 6 again, I'm dead. So I'm going to stop and I get a total of 12 points. So let's mark that off. 5, 10, and 12. So the ball will start in this area, as you can see by the down arrow. It comes out of the run back here again. Okay, so there's one more thing that I want to show you before we end. Okay, it's actually a good roll, so I'll just use that. 3 and a 3. Okay, this is not a good roll, so it's a good example for me to show you that. Okay, so if let's say I had wanted a different dice than these two, instead of if I don't have a skill shot, what I can do is I can nudge the table. You can only nudge the table a total of 3 times per entire game, meaning your entire 3 balls. Okay, so you can only nudge the table 3 times. So let's say I wanted a 2 to keep the ball going. So I will change this 5 to a 2. Okay, and then I will have to write, I have to shade in a nudge, of course, and then I have to write the difference from the actual dice roll to the number that I chose. So in this case, the actual dice roll was a 5. I chose a 2, so the difference is a 3. Alright, on my next roll, which is my roll now, okay, if I happen to roll the difference between my 2 dice rolls happens to be a 3 or more, then the table has tilted and the flippers are unresponsive and then I lose this entire round. Okay. However, if it's not a 3, meaning if I roll a what did I do? Oh, it's 3 or less. Sorry, it was a 3 or less. So a 3 or less. So if I roll a 3, 2, or 1 difference, then I'm tilted, which I think I probably am, and that's not a very good roll to get a nudge on. Oh yes, the difference is a 0. So yes, I did get tilted. However, if I roll a 1 and a 6, there will be a 5 difference that's more than this. I'm fine. I don't get tilted. Okay, so you can see that when you do a nudge, it will help you to get whatever dice roll you want, but the further away you are from that chosen number, the more danger you are in of getting a tilt. Alright, so the thing's tilted. The ball goes down. Okay, we reset the board. How do we reset the board? Everything with a dotted line, we erase. Okay, everything with a dotted line, we erase. Everything with a solid line like this, and all these bumpers and all these remain. Okay, anything with a solid line remain. And they are only cleared when the rules on the board tells you when to clear. So for example, the bumper is only cleared when all 12 are filled in. These are only cleared when all 3 are filled in. Similarly with the bonuses here. Okay, those with a double line, like any of these bonuses, as well as the nudge button, they don't get erased at all. They never get erased. The run always gets erased at the end of a run. Sorry, so at the end of that run, I should have erased this board. Alright, so you play until all 3 balls are gone, total up your score, highest points wins. In a solo game, just keep track of your score and try to beat your own high score as and when you can. Okay, so that's a very quick rules explanation of Super-skill Pinball 4K. I hope you enjoyed it. Join me next time as I explore more games. If you like my channel, please like, share and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want to know about this game, or if you have any other games you want me to do a quick playthrough of. Okay, till next time, stay safe guys.